Hi viewers, I'm doing my best to catch up. And I thought, look, so much is happening. I might do a birthday reading for Trump himself. So one has to keep revisiting the key players in this, and there he is. So on the one hand, he's now advocating for Russia to come back into the G8. So he's a supporter of Russia and China and North Korea, all communist countries. It's quite surreal. And Reagan's daughter came out recently and said her father would, roil in his grave at the idea of what's happening with the Republican Party. So the Republicans have full-throatedly supported the Donald. So why they've decided to invest everything with such a monumental wanker, I've got no idea. Well, of course I do have an idea, but it's still going to be judged by history, what they do next. But let's see what's going on in the tiny little twisted brain of Donald. So let's just go for the next few weeks for Donald. What's coming up really soon for Donald? Here we go with Donald. There we go. Oh, also viewers, I had no idea there were so many Canadian viewers. So welcome to all those from Canada. You have all our sympathy. I noticed a lot of American viewers wrote back to the Canadians saying we totally get why you'd want to boycott everything. And it's had the sort of unanticipated outcome that it's actually brought the really conservative Canadians into line. Everyone is backing Trudeau now because it was such an insult, and I don't know why the news people aren't replaying that amazing video of him saying, I didn't know anything about our trade arrangement with Canada, I just made it up. Remember that footage? He was talking to donors at Mar-a-Lago or something. And there is no deficit with Canada. There's a trade surplus. Like, the man is an idiot. And yet it's the emperor's new clothes. Economists and different people, they're talking to the media and saying, this is a ridiculous idea, this is a really stupid statement, this is an outright lie. But people in Trump world are not saying it. So that's how they stay in Trump world, obviously. So I'm going to just do a short one here. What's with the Knight of Wands? They all keep getting the Knight of Wands. I just got it in McConnell's and Cohen's. Okay, top for him is the Temperance card, moderation. When you think of Donald Trump, do you think of temperance? Do you think of moderation? No. So the tarot cards act in a predictive capacity and as a warning capacity. What he should be doing now is pulling his head in and being very moderate and modest. Is that likely to happen? So no. Why wouldn't it happen? It's because he's a fool. Interesting in the cards generally too, he is coming up more and more as the fool. He used to come up all the time as the emperor, still does, but he's coming across as the fool. So he should be exhibiting temperance. He should be in retreat, thinking about things. But he's not, because if he steps up from lying down, I don't think he does much lying down, he's going to be stabbed. So he's going to keep fighting because that's how he works. So short-term outcome, he's got that Knight of Wands again. Proceeding with caution. Isn't this interesting? It's saying the whole same thing. Back up, shut up, let things unfold, let things play themselves out, let things just simmer down. No, he can't help himself. He's worried. Good. And he's worried he hasn't done enough. And does that mean money? He's worried he hasn't got enough money, but that's been his plea all his life. Or is he worried he hasn't done enough damage yet? There's institutions in the United States still standing and he hasn't had time to destroy them. Oh, God, he's such an ugly beast. All right, so let's just dip into the Trump marriage and some other relationships, shall we? So, Melania, word on the street is she had a little breakdown. She's under enormous stress, as we know. She's furious, embarrassed, frustrated. We know all this. So let's just do a little one on the Trump marriage. The Trump marriage. There's the wedding celebration back in the day. Unfortunately, not quite as happy now. Ah, isn't that interesting? So, Page of Pentacles, I think this, because the pages are often androgynous. They can be men or women, but I think this is Melania. She made, the red turban is the brain, so she made a calculated decision to follow the money and marry this hideous, sadistic, narcissistic, absolute dimwit. They got on for a while. Now they're in the Ace of Swords territory. The truth will come out. So she's had to deal with the humiliation of all those women, the 16 women or however many it was who were still there making legal complaints. It looks like the Summers Zveros case is going to go ahead, and that's without Stormy Daniels. So the legal stuff is coming out, and I often point out to students with this, the crown of victory, because the swords can be victory, but the crown of victory also has slightly wilted sort of wreath of victory here. So from that, talking about Melania, what it seems to be saying to me is either he's winning, she's still there, right? So whatever draconian legal things he had drafted are keeping her there, so he feels he's winning, or it's her a bit of victory. So she'll technically win, she'll get out with some money and be able to leave with the child, but at a price. If I cared more about them as an emotional couple, I'd read further to find out exactly what, but frankly, I don't care. So, I'm here to tell you, viewers, that marriage, I'm sorry. Do I have sympathy for Melania? No. Okay. Oh, hold everything. Forgot to turn it off. Okay, I'm back. I hope this is all working. Now, a quick look at the relationships with the family members. Now, of course, the media keeps talking about Donald Trump's children, like they're 11, 12, and 14 or something. Yes, of course, they're his biological children via the mother of dragons, but I think they should be called his co-conspirators. That's where I'm going with this. I refuse to call them the children anymore. They're the co-conspirators. So the spawn of the evil and selfish loins. What's happening with the family relationships? Donald and the family. Donald and the family. Donald and the family. What's happening there? Donald and his criminal offspring. Donald and the offspring. All right, here we go, viewers. Oh, out in the cold. Oh, pages. Oh, look. Okay. So, everyone's out in the cold with everybody. Right. Now, this is two figures. It could be two of the adult children breaking away, but I think it's a generic card for them. Everyone's out with everybody. They've got pages too, being the younger version. Page of Pentacles, money. As they were growing up as young things, they embraced this orthodoxy, this worship of money. Why I think it's all of them actually angry, hostile, threatened by each other is because they've got the Hermit card underneath. So it's like they've all withdrawn into their own little nuclear horror shows of families, right? So it's happened. It's already happened. The family has fractured. They are all at war with each other. Right, the Page of Swords. This is the card of the spies, viewer. This is also the spy card. All right, so that, if you were looking at a family dynamic, you don't want out in the cold, you don't want the Hermit, and you don't want the Page of Swords. On the other hand, you get the Star, hope, inspiration, and so forth. Why was I suspicious of this card in this context? Well, I was very suspicious about it because given that story, that tarot story, what does this mean? This means putting on the face of hope and inspiration. Why isn't that going to work? I'm glad you asked, viewers. It's not going to work because they got the Tower as their outcome. Oh, is that not perfection? Oh, it's starting to happen. So good luck. Look after yourselves. Be kind. Because the Trumps aren't. Bye for now.